Okay, so first of all, we need to set the rules for our community. Okay. First of all, we agreed that we are going to use laptops and turn on the cameras in order and also have the students turn on their cameras in order to be able to interact with each other. Okay. The second thing that I need to highlight with you that we need to use this spreadsheet. So as you see, you have your grades, your timings, and your days, and your name with your own color. Like for Miss Sumaya, the purple is your color. So I'm going to just follow the color. Okay, and this is done. This finished. This has finished already this week. So we need to mark on this. Okay. And it counts how this gives us how many sessions we should give throughout the whole month and how many sessions we have already taught. Okay. After each session, please use your mobile phone and take your attendance on your own. Take the attendance on your own. How are you going to edit on the spreadsheet using your mobile phone by downloading Google Sheets? And I have already provided the link of the application, Android application for your phones on WhatsApp. Okay. So, are there any questions concerning those 2 points?
No.
Okay, the third point is that some of you are going to start the their sessions from scratch. Okay, so we need to present what's called icebreaker. Icebreaker is just to break the barriers between you and the students and get to know each other, just for the sake of getting to know each other. So we need to play this game. How are we going to play it? We're going to spin it. And it gives us the question and we ask them. And we also like test whether they can speak English or they cannot at all speak any or produce any language. Okay. You're just gonna I don't want this question, so I will press eliminate and spin it again. Okay, that's it. Okay. Um, okay. First of all, in order to prepare our session, we need to look at the index or the content. Okay. We need to determine what are the components. I mean by components, vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation. The components of the language I need to present or I need to teach. So any action verb is my objective, like describe an adventure. This is the end goal of my lesson, which means that this is the skill. So I'm going to teach vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation in order to achieve this action verb, in order to achieve this objective, which is describing adventure. So dates are for describing adventure, past continuous for describing adventure, conjunction with when is for this aim, okay? So today we're going to know how to teach vocabulary. First of all, Those are the vocabulary that I need to teach. Okay. So they are uh, divided into two sections. The first sections is dates, and the second section is those set of vocabulary. Sometimes I need to divide them because I will find them divided in the book or in the textbook. Some other times I will just combine them together in one task. Let's use test, teach, test in order to know how to teach vocabulary. Test 1, I have test, teach, test for teaching vocabulary. So I have here, and I have also 3 Ps, and I have MPF or meaning pronunciation form. In test 1, you assign for the teachers, for the students, excuse me, an exercise like this exercise, such as such as this one. You present all the words, the new words, and present all the new words and the pictures of them or the definitions. If they are abstract words, you present them in a table with meaning and word, new meaning and word, and simplify the meaning as much as you can. And then you ask students to do it alone in 3 minutes. For example, hello students, we're just playing a game. We're not doing a real test. Match the pictures to the words alone. You have 3 minutes. That's it. Give the instructions like this, short and simple. Just a lead-in for the just to do a lead-in for the activity. For example, say or introduction for the activity. For example, say, how many pictures do we have? They'll tell you 6 pictures. How many words do we have? Okay, we have 15 words. So match the words to the pictures. You have 3 minutes, do this alone. For example, number 11, it's going to be C. Okay, so write in the chat box. How do we write on the chat box? Write, for example, 11 takes C in one message and send it in one message to the chat box. So, are you going to match? Yes. Are you going to send it in many different messages? No, no, miss, in one message. Are you going to do this in 4 minutes? No, in 3 minutes. Here you go. You don't need to ask about if they're going to do this alone or not, because this is easy, understood, okay? So what I have done now is that I have given short, simple instructions. Or before this, I have elicited what the activity is about, the introduction. Okay, I have elicited what the activity is about, which is the introduction. Okay, I have elicited what the activity is about, which is the introduction. Like, what do you see? How many words are there? How many pictures are there? This is the first step. The second step, I give short, simple instructions of 3 words for each statement. Okay, and then I set the know-how of receiving the exercise, because we are in an online context. So it's on a chat in the chat box. I'm going to receive their answers. And I model. I model by giving an example, by doing the first answer for them. This is code modeling. So let's write them here. Can you tell me بقى and test 1 is not a real test. It's for diagnosing their knowledge, whether because actually the words are a lot, so it's unreasonable to teach all the 15 words in a session. You will consume much time. So here comes the test teach test in order to let you know what are the gaps and what are the drawbacks with the students' ability to or with the students' knowledge, in order to just spot the most difficult words and to teach them in the second or the next stage, which is teach. For example, I monitored from their answers that they didn't know the word turnover. So I'm going to teach this. I'm going to count this. I'm going to write down. I'm going to teach turnover. Okay, they have pronounced 15s as 15s. I'm going to write this. And I'm going to anticipate problems as well. Like, for example, most of the students spell 15s as 15s. So I'm going to teach it because of the pronunciation. I'm going to teach turnover because of the meaning. Okay. 20th also is a difficult word for pronunciation. طيب. Overall, you teach maximum 7 words of the 15 words, from 5 to 7 words only. So this is the advantage of the test teach test. It lets you, it saves your time, and it allows you to diagnose the student's prior knowledge. Okay, طيب. Now help me. Test 1, when speaking about test 1, help me write the steps. يلا. Turn on your mics and help me write the steps. The first step is
introduce the new words.
the first step is introduction, which we call it lead-in.
Okay.
Yes, introduce, like how do we do the lead-in? Can you act? Like, for example, we simply say,
Look at these pictures and what do you
yes,
see?
what do you see? How many مثلا words are there? How many pictures are there? Okay. That's it. Okay. The second step is
Introduction.
we have already introduced the activity. by saying, what do you see? How many words are there? We're
آه.
going to
test 3 تشيتات.
presentation بقى للwords نفسها.
give instructions. Give instructions. For example, saying, match words to pictures, the words to the pictures. Just a second. Okay, match words to pictures and also match words to pictures alone. You have 3
3 minutes.
minutes. Send them on the
The
chat
chat.
box. Yes, in one message. That's it. طيب, what do we notice here? What do we observe? Like,
Clear and specific.
hmm?
Clear and specific.
Yes, I'm very short and to the point. 1, 2, 3. 1. 1, 2, 3. 1. We don't need to count those words. Only carry content words that carry meanings like 1, 2, and maybe 1, 2. 1, 2. Maximum 3 words in one statement. And we chunk them, and we don't maximize the teacher talking time by saying, I need you to match the words to the pictures, I need you to do this alone, and you have to no chunk and imperative form like match. And I am not holding a stick and beating them up. No, just match, okay, with a smile, but imperative form. Match. Why? To minimize the teacher talking time. Alone. You have. Send. Not I need you to send and you should do this and no, at all. Chunk. Short. 3 words maximum. Always remember this. Okay. After giving instructions, what's the third step?
Making modeling, but this I
Yes.
think after.
Thank you so much. Model. Okay, model is, let's do the first answer together. Let's do the first question, or let's answer the first question together. بس كده. طيب. After بقى modeling, we need to ICQ. Excuse me. الله يرحمكم جميعا. طيب, we need to ICQ. ICQ is the abbreviation for instruction checking questions. I check whether they have understood my instructions or not. At the very beginning, I need to write down my instructions in order not to maximize the teacher talking time. The more you maximize the teacher talking time, the more your enhancement as a teacher decreases. The more you minimize it, the more your development as a teacher increases. So we need to write down the instructions. It will not take you 5 minutes maximum. Okay. ICQs. So for example, you can actually ICQ using MCQs like yes or no questions, or like MCQs, it multiple choice, like I will tell you right now, like this or this. We're going to read or listen. Yes, no question. Are we going to listen? Okay. Or yes, this is like close-ended questions. Like they need to give you specific answers. For example, we're going to go back to the challenging instruction here. What was the challenging instruction here? What do you think? Piece of instruction.
The question again, please.
What is the challenging piece of instruction that may cause confusion?
Can't understand my language.
Okay, which line from here will cause confusion for students, or the students will not focus with it, or may forget it, or may not follow it?
Maybe send the answers separated, not in one answer.
Yes, exactly. Thank you so much. Yes, exactly. So I'm going to and maybe we taking too much time, 3 minutes. So I'm going to ICQ for this one and for this one, and maybe we'll not know where to send them. You said the chat box and they don't know what is the chat box. Where is the chat box, Miss? On WhatsApp or on Zoom?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
صح.
طيب. So we're writing here how many minutes? How many minutes do you have? And do you send them on Zoom? You're going to say yes. And are you sending many messages? Okay, you said no. How many messages? One, all in one. This is this is لو yes no question. لو عايزة تحوليها choice هتقولي are you sending many messages or just all answers in one message, or just one message عشان maximizing of the teacher talking time. Okay, that's it. please, my sisters, everything we discussed together, I need you to apply it in your session. Why? I'm going, inshallah, bismillah, to visit you in your sessions, okay? And I'm going to create a sheet, a checklist, like a checklist or evaluation sheet. And if you're using teach tests, I'm going to see how are you presenting, or how are you delivering your task one. So I'm going to, this is my checklist, okay? So the checklist is, did you do the lead-in? I'm going to type yes, and I'm going to share this checklist with you, and you see your own performance. Did he give instructions? Okay, so the instructions, was it short? Was it three, or let's be more specific? Was it where the instructions 3 words maximum? Where the instructions about the task, this is the task, okay? And pattern, this is pattern, like alone or together or group. And time, this is time. And know-how, if there is know-how of answering the answer, the question or the exercise, okay? So was it maximum 3 words? Was it about task, time, pattern? Okay, and was it imperative? Match, send. Okay. And don't don't commentate like saying ايه يعني imperative عكسها, the opposite to it is commentating like say I need you to match those words and you have to do this in 3 minutes. No, match, send, do, that's it, with a smile. The third checklist is model. Did you model the first answer or not? The ICQ, did you do the ICQs or not? For the most challenging, like don't do it for مثلا a match the words or to the picture. Are you matching the words to the pictures? This is not an ICQ. This is unnecessary. Okay, that's it. طيب this is test 1. Inshallah, after 5 minutes, we're going to go through the teach stage. The teach stage, we're going to use MPF. And this is MPF, meaning pronunciation form. And then test 2, we're going to use what's called controlled practice. And by this, we're going to finish the test teach test at all, completely. I'm going to end